The one saving grace I would have for DRX is the fact that the quickness charm is so good with bullet time and equalizer. So if they can get all their ducks in a row and make this combo work, you can then layer a Fate Sealed over the top of that as well. And
Rich knows he can't be here.
Yeah.
And Zeus just TP's top, and they're like, all right, you can swap, but we can also get plates and zone the Rumble out. And Rich is like, so we can do the mid party again, right? Like, that party's still going. And Zeka's like, nah, man, we turned it off. It's a private party now. Lights are out. Bar's closed. She's like, but I want some XP. I need level 6, or they will come and kill me. Yeah, sorry, man. I think you're cooked. I think this draft is cooked a little bit.
And now it's just free grubs going over to HLE. They'll get all 3 of those, so that's an objective going over their way as well to even that one out. And they'll just continue tearing plates away from this top lane, now with the assistance of some grubs. Delight's going to hit this hook as well, only level 4, so it doesn't have the ulti. And DRX playing some severe catch-up, but they're not able to, like the catch-up mechanics just haven't really been implemented in this game all that well. And it's just not really the thing. Okay, Vault Breaker to try and save it here. 3 versus 3. Ulti comes down from Zeus. He's doing so much damage as Andil might be sacrificed here. The flash out as Sponge gets underneath the turret, but they are just picking them off like fish in a barrel. Another one goes over to the Freljordian Bunny.
No level 6 for Rich. You know, he just doesn't have it.
Viper really doesn't want to flash, but he is going to have to flash. Justice Punch going to get the knock up on to Yukal, and oh god, Delight just flashes in, throws out the anchor, and down he goes.
Don't worry.
End of the world, but now Yukal tries to salvage the play. They force the flash.
Oh, he's got 6.
Oh, he does. So does Peanut. As Rich just gives him the thumbs up, says, oh, it's good to see you, buddy. I remember our Nongshim times. It was great. And Peanut says, top of the morning to you, and kills him. When you have that control.
Yeah.
All right, Vault Breaker is going to connect onto Peanut. Hook goes wide as there's a bullet time. Down goes Peanut. So that is a great little pickoff here for DRX.
Combo number 1.
There we go.
So, I mean, there's not much he could do anyways. Targeted, and he's going to just have to sit through it, and that he did, but fortunately wasn't able to get away. Did commit his ultimate, but not his flash as he goes down. And that's Grubs going over.
Yeah, that'll be 3 for 3.
And then they teleport Zeus bottom. I thought maybe they were going to try to collapse onto Yukal. They have so much control over this dragon that they can kind of just freely let that bottom wave sit for a second. The Zeus TP's down. And he's about to hit Leandres. He's not quite there yet. Another plate going to go over.
Rich is well and truly behind enemy lines right now as Zeus slips between the veil. And now Delight taking a bit of damage. Chains of Corruption do go wide as now the quickness ties up 2 of them. Bullet time to try and shred down these health bars, and it works. Andil will be going down though as Zekra's running amok in the backline. Rich going to be his next target as now Peanut trying to make his way out of there. Viper not going to be so lucky as the heroic entrance to join Peanut and the gang, and another Justice Punch. Zeka just taking full control of the team fight while Yukal is in top lane. Yeah. Well, now Andil's in a bit of trouble. Doesn't exactly get a whole lot of quickness value as Yukal ties him up with the ulti, but then immediately explodes. The bullet time this time does get fully channeled, but into the air and not into the enemy champions, which is a negative because he wasn't feeling like he was at his best. Certainly having a good time in this game. As nice steal there from Sponge. Gets the smite down. Peanut looks a little bit silly. That's the real one, and he just gets ulted. Zeka gonna move over, finds a 3-man taunt, but Teddy's not taunted. Peanut trying to get himself out of there, finds the Cyclone as Viper is the one who soaks the ulti. Peanut almost makes it out. This is so weird. I don't know what's going on, really. As the bullet time once again, that's going to wipe out Viper. And now Delight walking on in, wonders where the rest of his teammates have gone as Zeus has a fair bit of damage, but there are a lot of bad guys. And down goes Delight. Yukal going to turn up as well, and what just happened to HLE?
Let's just call it a happy accident if you're a DRX fan. If you're a Hanwha Life fan, you're just as frustrated as you were in the early game of Game 1, as that was a disastrous fight. And look, you ended up losing out the smite, but you don't have to deny the eye just because you ended up getting your objective stolen.
Not picking it on R4 might be something that comes back to bite HLE.
For sure. And it wasn't looking, you know, like it was going to make a huge impact when we were watching some of those early game plays, but when sloppy fights break out, and your comp is the one that's really simple to execute, divide and conquer or wombo combo, they can do both.
And Delight will be moving on over. Handle not taking too much damage there from Zeus, but Delight getting the information that Sponge is in this pit, and I don't think he's allowed to be in here for much longer. See whether Peanut can get some sort of steal or whether Sponge just has to get out of there and concede this part of the map. Yukao gets over, great knock-up, but it's still Peanut with the hands. Able to get that smite out just in time, utilizing this split push Yone. Get something done. Sponge going to be chasing after him as Fate Sealed coming on through. And yeah, Yukao, I don't know whether he's going to be able to do enough tricky stuff to get himself out of this. However, Delight is also in trouble. That is a 1-for-1 as the heroic entrance onto the corpse of the Nautilus is not going to be able to keep him alive. So 1-for-1 trade. Mid lane for support, probably still good for HLE.
And
Rich is able to take this turret,
Yeah, this actually worked out really well for DRX, all things considered, because they knew Rakan showed, so Ando shows like, okay, let's push topside.
Gargoyle. As Arakan is going to lose interest. And Hook going to connect there. Chains of Corruption going down there as well. As Sponge taking the kitchen sink. Equalizer to bring Viper out of this fight completely. And Andal might be able to knock down Zeus, but he gets to the other side of his wall, exhausted there as well. Can't utilize it anymore as Rich finds the value. In the meantime, though, Teddy does fall down. Delight moving back towards this fight as Zeus single-handedly removing 3 people from the battle.
Yeah, that was kind of insane. I think it had any right to be, especially with Teddy just getting completely cut off there. Sponge dying first. Teddy wanted to set up the combo there on that flank angle, but DRX were just not on the same page, and Hanwha Life get away with this. No teleports, running as fast as they can.
It's down to 5,000 health. They are sort of slowing the DPS. And as you can see, without the Varus there, they don't quite have the damage.
Oh
now
my
Sponge
God.
is going to get into position. Peanut down to 50%. It's going to be a 50-50. The taunt comes through. Peanut locks it down this time as Zeka goes golden. And remember, they have recalls now. The Winds of War come in. Rich, he goes golden as well, but he is in so much danger. Viper might be able to get some revenge, and he does so. Yukao looking to try and ult his way out, but unfortunately, it's his fate that's getting sealed here today. It's a double kill for the Varus, and HLE, I think they've broken the backs of DRX in this one.
Yeah, keep as many minions alive as possible here so they can try to look for the inhib.
All right, they're going to look for it. There is the bullet time. It connects, and Viper is going to be sent home. There's the heroic entrance. Oh, Teddy just gets flattened like a bug, and they take down Sponge as well. No one dies because, of course, with Arakan, you cannot. And HLE will continue to move forward, ace in hand. Andal has just spawned, but he's not going to be able to stop this from going down.
And Teddy is just not here. You know, he died in the previous exchange and was not back in time, as Andal's likely to fall the same fate.
Yeah, it's the old out of a replay into a death that we were seeing in our previous series. This time, unfortunately, it's Andal that does fall down. Yeah, Peanut doesn't, I don't think, but he does have a GA, so...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
still totally fine. But like you say, Zeka still has his, so he can just play defensive duty. And this Baron will be going down. There's nothing to stop Peanut from taking this out. And there it goes. So this is where sort of the floodgates open. I think that's the stage of the game that they feel like they're up to, as Peanut getting on in there. The ulti comes through from Zeus, who's tanking the turret about 1,000,000 times. Goes golden in the nick of time to get out of dodge. Even flashes out of the bullet time. And then goes between the veil. What the heck was that, Zeus? That is unfair. Teddy gonna get hooked and murdered. Zeus does eventually fall, but he bought enough time. As Peanut goes into his GA, he is not fazed about this one. The knock up, the taunt, everything, and Rich goes down. Yukao deals with some minions. The Winds of War don't quite manage to land, but remember, the soul is unbound. And can they kill him? Yes, they can. The piercing arrow is going to come through as Peanut tanks the turret for just long enough.
But not enough. Thought perhaps they'd get one more Hail Mary, one more miracle. But Zeus said no. His movement there in those final moments.
How did he live, man?
I just don't even know.
I just don't even understand.
Is he cheating?
Of him. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, all right.
Hold up.
Taking a lot of damage here. Andal just throws down the quickness to buy some time.
Teddy's up in 2, but he doesn't have ult.
Yeah. This Nexus turret, not long for the world. They do respawn now. Just don't know whether the Nexus does.
Teddy's about to have flash, but he doesn't want to go in, and there's the TP.
That's a teleport. All right, Zeus doesn't have his ultimate, and down goes Peanut. Okay, Zeus, what was the plan? The plan was die, as Sponge almost does the same thing.
Which Zeus play was more impressive? I don't know. It was like what Chronicler said yesterday. It was a Zeus, what was that? To a Zeus, what was that?
Yeah.
About to be crazy. This is the game-deciding fight here.
And I thought we already had that.
I thought we had it twice. I mean, we did, but Hanwha said, well, hold on, one more. I'll give him one more.
Oh, God. Peanut may have just phased
No.
Oh, no, he ulted a clone! Oh dear, okay, Sponge able to Vault Breaker his way out as the bullet time doing a lot of damage. The Wombo comes in and they lose 2 for 1. Now the heroic entrance wasn't actually invested there as Zeus goes golden. Zeka looking to try and pick up Rich, but he goes golden in the nick of time, and Teddy is the fountain laser they've been waiting for. Viper, you're gonna have to keep your cool, buddy, because this is gonna have to be a clutch situation now. The Elder has now spawned.
Wait, the snipe!
Oh god, okay. Viper's flashing, he finds the hail of arrows, the chains of corruption back off cooldown, the justice punch doesn't feel like justice anymore. DRX will lose Teddy, and the game is now over. I thought we were gonna have that hype moment around the Elder, but we don't.
I call him, he's just not gonna allow anyone near that Elder, and with Viper, 10 kills, full build, Zephyr, I mean, feats of strength on the Zephyr.
Fancy shoes.
He also has now the Elder buff.
Oh, okay, another combo as the ulti comes through from Yukal as well. Teddy going down solo. Remember, they're fighting into Elder Dragon, and the Dragon is hungry. It's going to be taken down too as there's the heroic entrance. Pentakill for a Galio. It's the Quadra now as Andal's looking to try and deny it, but look at how fast he is. That's Cloud Soul, boys and girls, as wins the war get the Penta for Zeka's Galio.
Oh, you love to see it. That's the way you want to end this game if you're Zeka. If you're Hanwha Life, I don't know if you were really happy with how the mid-game went and some of those mistakes you made, but they'll take it.
Oh, baby, that's one way to end it.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.